We love hip hop.
Let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, so someone drives a car through Vaughan Mills Shopping Center. I don't understand what's going on out here, bro. I feel like the world is actually gone crazy. You know when people would say, yo, the world's going crazy, and it would just sound cool? It's one thing when the shit sound cool, but it's one thing when you start seeing multiple examples of people just spazzing out in this city. Okay? You know what I mean by spazzing out? Like just doing just doing whatever, like the type of shit that literally like ends up being rewritten in a television show or something like that. This type of stuff is happening right now in the GTA. You know what I'm saying? So someone drives a car through Vaughan Mills Shopping Center and commits burglary before making an escape. Now, from what I was seeing on this news story as well, that this guy was test driving the car. All right? There's going to be a news story that I will be finding on this as well, because this is just stupid. Watch this goofy. Is there any volume on this? So this is from the outside, him going into the mall. This is him in the mall. The man really thinks he's in a video game right now. Yo, this guy's sick with it, fam. He's making all of these corners and not even touching none of the stuff in the mall. So he has intention. Okay? He's making sure that he's getting to his target without hitting anything else, setting off. I got to bring this back to the beginning because I don't understand how you got in the mall. How did you get this into the mall? Let's refresh this shit. That's wild, fam. Hold on, let me get a better view of this. My bad, gang. Okay. So how did he drive it in? So he smashed the window to get in. So from there, the mission is already a dead mission. Like, what's the point of even doing all of these corners and making sure that you're like super methodical with your moves when you already smashed through the front of the... And they put the CP24 music at the end. Yo, what could have possessed this nigga, yo? What's wrong with this guy? 1 second. Let me pull up an article on this here. Car Vaughan Mills. I'm probably spelling it wrong, but who cares? You'll find it from your Googles. Let's go, Googs. Give me a news article. Okay. So Quebec woman shocked to find stolen Audi driven through Vaughan Mills Mall in insane theft. What does this have to do with Quebec woman? One second. Let's get through the ad. 1 second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A Quebec woman whose car was stolen and used in a robbery
Artists are carrying around.
is speaking out about her connection to this crime.
And she may have to end up paying. Our Eden DeBeb is live outside Vaughan Mills with more on this story. Eden, what's going on here?
Hold on, let me move the chat from in front of his
Well, Nick, it's just
shorty
a
space.
really unlucky week for Taylor Anna Cobinger. She lives in Laval, Quebec, as you mentioned. And I'm going to set the scene for you here because it really is a sad story. She was looking to save up some money for a down payment on her house. So she thought the best way to do that was to put her car up for sale. And she did so on Facebook Marketplace. Now, it didn't take long, a few days Days later, she got a response from a man who did a test drive with her in the car. The first test drive, she says, went perfectly smooth, nothing to worry about. The second test drive, however, is when things changed.
Wait a minute. Why did you have to do a second one?
She says the man was driving erratically. She was sitting in the passenger seat,
She was in the passenger seat?
nervous, asked him to stop so that they could switch sides. He said okay. As soon as she stepped outside of the car, though, he peeled off. She said she desperately tried to catch up to him, but it was no use. Her car was gone. Now, that was on January 29th. Just a few days later, she wakes up to a call from York Regional Police, all the way here in Toronto, saying that they had found her car and that it was involved in the situation here at Vaughan Mills. And she says she was absolutely surprised, had no idea something like this would happen. Take a listen.
You think?
Never in my life have I thought that I would see my car driving in the mall, especially through windows. It never crossed my mind, and I was shocked because also there's a lot of damages on it.
Don't pick your nose in the thing, fam. Just chill.
And I'm not.
See that? She just picked her nose. Watch this.
Especially through windows. It never crossed my mind, and I was shocked because also there's a lot of
Dirty
damages
thing
on it, which I'm not responsible and I'm not covered.
Now, York Regional Police say they found her vehicle, an Audi, unoccupied yesterday afternoon.
Shorty's a baddie still, eh?
She is not covered by insurance. She'll now have to pay for herself out of pocket to get the car shipped right back to her home in Quebec, and of course,
hold on. What are you saying, fam?
Now have to pay for herself out of pocket to get the car shipped right back to her home afternoon. And she says because she is not covered by insurance, she'll now have to pay for herself out of pocket to get the car shipped right back to her home in Quebec, and of course to have any repairs fixed. Now, we are still looking for the two suspects. York Regional Police say they are not able to provide any
They don't have these niggas?
descriptions because they were covering their faces when the robbery occurred. So the situation will have to continue following in the coming weeks. Sending it back to you at the desk.
Eden, thank you so much for this.
Wow.
Any vehicle with one of these stamped on it delivers thrills at every turn.
She got finessed by the Toronto Mandem. That's crazy. That's a sick finesse. These guys are sick, sick individuals. I'm not condoning of the crime, okay? Let's be clear, sponsors. I'm not condoning of the crime. But the planning, even though this was kind of wild, this is kind of crazy, okay? This is a wild way to get away with some shit. You did too much to achieve something that wasn't that big. Like, I don't know what's in that store that you needed to steal a whole whip from a woman and finesse her in a big what would you call that, test drive scam, just to go into the store. Like, I feel like y'all niggas could have just went into the store with like a big trench coat and maybe try to steal the same thing the same way. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't involve the whole motor vehicle. However, I will say that the finesse was kind of sick. The fact that these niggas ain't in custody right now. Okay? And when I say niggas, I don't mean black people. They could be white niggas, they could be Chinese niggas, they could be whoever. Okay? But the fact that they're not in custody, they will be in custody soon, because, mind you, somebody had to get the finesse going on. Right? Somebody had to face the lady to be like, let me get this car. Remember what they said in the article or in the news story right here, that they test drove it with the lady, on both days. So on day 2, man said, yo, whatever, got her to stand outside the whip and then skied it off. Okay? And then went and committed their crime. However, she has seen somebody's face at some point in time. So obviously this lady's going to go report whoever's face she's seen to the police, or she's already done so. And now they're looking for this person. However, why haven't they shown? There's a hole in the story here. I feel that there's a hole in the story. How is it that you were able to do the test drive with these niggas? Are you telling me that when they did the test drive when you did the test drive with them, that they had balaclavas on, that they had full ski masks on? You seen these motherfuckers' faces. So then, if you seen these faces and you tell the police, this is who I seen, shouldn't they have some kind of composite sketch of the suspects? Rather than them saying, oh, we don't know what the suspects look like because they had masks on when they were doing this robbery. Who cares if they had masks on when they were doing this robbery? What about when they were doing the test drive with the lady? Holes in the story. Am I wrong about that, Comment Gang? There's a hole in this story. Because if you're doing something this outlandish and the boy them are looking for you, then, and some faces have been seen, then in turn we would have a composite sketch so that they can find the quote unquote asylums. Gunsmoke Ghost says, yeah, but what does that mean? She's going to get the sketch done? No, when she reports it to the police station, they're going to be like, what did these guys look like? Right? She don't got a picture of them, or maybe she does. Remember, she also met these guys on Facebook. So there's obviously a Facebook profile. Oh. There's a hole in the story. A gaping, big, dirty hole in the story. Okay? Because now when I'm now taking a full look at the story here, you met these niggas on Facebook. Okay? Which means, listen, I'm a landlord. All right? I feel like I've told y'all this on live before. So when I'm looking for tenants, one thing that I do is look up their Facebook profile to see if they got any wild shit going on their Facebook profile. And if so, I ain't gonna, you can't rent my crib out. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Fuck around, find your Facebook. I'm going on your Instagram. If you got a Snap, oh my God, if you got a Snap, you probably ain't gonna get the place. You know what I'm saying? So if she's able to go meet them on Facebook Marketplace, okay, face to face meet these guys and trust them enough to give them the keys to her vehicle, then you know what these guys look like. But we don't. And they're looking for them. Something not right. On top of the fact, no. So that's crazy. You stole a car, drove 5 hours to a mall. That's another thing. Yo, my brain is actually tingling. You know what I'm saying? Like my spider senses, like I actually know what spider senses feel like right now. Like my brain is tingling from the amount of inconsistencies in the story. I gotta rewind this part here. Like, nigga, I just took off it's making my head hurt, man. Like, I don't like being lied to. You know when somebody's lying to you and then you figure out the lie and then they keep talking and you're like, so you're just going to keep talking, right? Like, I already caught the lie, but you're just going to keep going with it. Okay, I see what's going on here. Okay, all right. Okay. All right. Let's run it back. For real. Because there's the part that, like, the car was stolen on the 29th, and we're now hearing about it on the 2nd? Something all right, brethren. I think we might have bust a hole open in this story right here. That CP24 and all these other people are just taking it as face value. Okay, yeah, we're just going to report it. Like the news reporter didn't look and say, yo, this don't sound right about that story. But you just spit the story and don't care about shit. This is why independent media is important. Because they just give these niggas the script. They just say it and not realize, like, wait a minute. What the fuck did I just report on?
Robbery inside Vaughan Mills Mall is speaking out about her connection to this crime.
And she may have to end up paying. Our Eden DeBeb is live.
And they want to charge her on top of that?
On this story, Eden, what's going on here?
Scam ya, scam.
Well, Nick, it's just a really unlucky week for Taylor Anna Cobinger. She lives in Laval, Quebec, as you mentioned.
Laval.
I'm set the scene for you here because it really is a sad story. She was looking to save up some money for a down payment on her house.
Bitch, why is it sad if the bitch just is trying to do some kind of scam right now? It ain't sad. Let's not play these games.
She thought the best way to do that was to put her car up for sale, and she did so on Facebook Marketplace. Now, it didn't take long. A few days later, she got a response from a man who did a test drive with her in the car. The first test drive, she says, went perfectly smooth, nothing to worry about.
The first test drive went perfectly smooth, nothing to worry about. So you met this nigga on Facebook Marketplace, went for a drive with him, and then went home and ate poutine.
The second test drive, however, is when things changed. She says the man was driving erratically. She was sitting in the passenger seat, nervous, asked him to stop so that they could switch sides. He said okay. As soon as she stepped outside of the car, though, he peeled off. She said,
y'all caught that? The man's driving erratically. She says, yo, fam, you need to chill with the way you're driving. He says, and she says, let me drive. He says, okay. Slows down. Puts the car on park. Okay, let's switch. And then drives off. So did he get out the car? Now I'm acting like a friggin' detective. Did you both get out the car and he ran back in? Or did he just sit there in the passenger seat and you got out the fucking car? Because if you just got out the car and you just let him sit there, something all right.
that she desperately tried to catch up to him, but it was no use. Her car was gone.
You desperately tried to catch up to him? What, you ran after the car? You're pissing me off right now.
Was no use. Her car was gone. Now, that was on January 29th. Just a few days later, she wakes up to a call from York Regional Police, all the way here in Toronto, saying that they
There's
had
the
found
scam.
the car and that it was involved.
I'm sorry, man. This lady's making my head hurt, man. You woke up a few days later to a call from York Region Police saying, hallelujah, we found your car, lady. Let me make the screen a little bit bigger. Hallelujah. Guess what? Oh, my car? Oh, you mean the car that I gave up on that they just stole it from me and just drove away. I don't even know where they went with it. Oh, they went to Ontario with my car? Oh, thanks. And you want us to believe you. You went to bed. Okay, I'm going to sleep on it. Oh, they just stole my car on a test drive from Facebook Marketplace. I'll put in a police report. If they find it, well, oh well, hopefully they find my car. And you want us to believe you. Bruh. And they made a new story. Yo, Quackus, what up? AKA Quatrick Swayze on the beats. Comment gang, can I get a show of thumbs? Thumbs up if we believe her. Thumbs down. Or no, let's do this. Let's do this. If we believe her, thumbs up. If we don't, cap emojis in the chat. Let's go. Comment gang strong. Is this lady lying? I'm going to make a poll. This lady lying. Okay? Pow. Road to success is cap. Okay? One more time, I'm going to go over the story. You met a guy on Facebook Marketplace in Laval, aka Montreal. Okay? You could call it Laval, Quebec, but it's still Montreal. So you're on the island. Okay? You're in MTL. You rent out you meet the guy from Facebook Marketplace. You go for a test drive one day or one night. And then, fine. Then you go for a second test drive. He's driving a little too wild. You say, fam, you need to chill. You guys stop the car. You get out. He skeets off. And you go home. Next thing you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 days later, ring, ring, ring. This is York Regional Police. Madam French Lady, Montreal. We found your car because niggas tried to do a robbery inside of the mall, inside of the Vaughan Mills Mall with it, and drove through the window and then drove around all of the displays perfectly to get what they needed to get because they needed to steal some electronics. Let that sit for a second. Let that sit for a second. Is somebody lying in this situation?
We love hip hop.